It's a great day. Welcome, all of my amazing CEOs. Once a successful cleaner for coal residue on wallpaper, it faced a dilemma as demand plummeted with the rise of natural gas and heating. The company, Kutol, was on the brink of bankruptcy, highlighting the challenges that any business can face these days when they're reliant on one product or they're reliant on one strategy. And this is really interesting because as CEOs, it underscores the importance of always not only just being prepared for a changing landscape, but putting the company in a position and making the decision when it comes to sales strategy. Now, the turning point came for Kutol when Joe's sister-in-law, Kay Zufall, now she was a nursery school teacher. She discovered an alternative use for wallpaper cleaner in arts and crafts. I know that's kind of crazy. Like, it sounds like the two opposites are coming together. But recognizing the potential, Kutol said, look, if I just reformulate this substance and I make it for children and we call it Play-Doh, hear that loud and clear, Play-Doh, then this could be something big. And hence, Play-Doh was born. This shifted to a more colorful, playful use of using a substance that before was used on coal to clean off after wallpaper had been taken off. Now, today, Play-Doh is owned by Hasbro, and over 2 billion cans of Play-Doh have been produced, and they make tons and tons of money. What's my big takeaway for you as a CEO as you're out there watching? Number one, just like Play-Doh, transforming wallpaper cleaner into a beloved toy business, CEOs need to be ready to evolve their sales strategy, use their sales leadership so that they have not only just one product, but multiple products that meets the client's needs. When you do that, you'll bring in more revenue, you'll be more profitable, and your impact lies more positively. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Every single morning, we like to always start off the exact same way with our mantra. And our mantra is, if you can't focus on sales as a CEO, you can't be in business. Now repeat that after me, by the way. We do this every morning. And this is, I think, one of the most important things we do. So go ahead and repeat after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Shay, what's the big why? Why do I do this every single day? Here's the number one reason. Because sales is the oxygen. Really, it is for any great business in history. Without sales, there's always more money going in than there is coming out. So what do we do every morning after we do our mantra? For those folks that are new, we do our pledge. And as a CEO, I said this needs to be said every single morning when you show up, every single morning without fail. Learn, earn, return. Matter of fact, repeat after me. Learn, earn, and return. Now, we're going to say the mantra. There's no pledge needed to your hand over your heart. But say these words to me, please. And I know you're a CEO, but it's so cool to get reconnected. Just like Play-Doh, we got to get reconnected to this. I have to learn something new. Wasn't that so true with Play-Doh? In order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return, I must learn, earn, and what? Return. Learn, earn, and return. So what are our objectives this morning as we're getting started this morning? Why do we get together? What's our number one objective? We have 3 objectives. Number one, sales progress. As you're in this conversation with me now, there's progress that's being made in the area of your sales operations, your sales systems, your sales team, your sales funnels, and your sales strategies. Okay, you got that. Number 2, we got to be ready to address any roadblocks. I mean, Play-Doh would be out of business today. Well, Kutol was what it was called before, but it would be out of business today if it didn't make that shift, it didn't address the roadblocks. And number 3, because there's 3 objectives that we have every single morning. There's 3, and if you want to write these down, you can, because the third one is so important. And it's understanding the 5 sales pillars that I believe that every CEO needs to understand in order to grow and make money. Number one is sales planning. Now, it's not just enough to have a revenue target. You got to have a sales system. You got to have a sales strategy. You got to have a sales foundation. You got to have a sales funnel to get to that number, by the way, and exceed it. Number two is sales cycles. Now, the sales cycle is the customer journey, but it's not about knowing what your sales cycle is. That's for most folks, that's pretty obvious. It's number two. How do you accelerate the sales cycle from the time that you connect with a customer to the time you communicate with them, all the way until there's that very end where you're able to have them go ahead and convert over to a client. Number three, sales pillar. Sales pillar is the sales pillar. Number three is sales positioning. Now, every CEO needs to know this. Even if you don't do it, you must know and understand the messaging that your company is putting out into the market. And I laugh and I joke every single day. But, from my heart, if you know me, not even if you don't know me, if you hear me in the mornings, you got to know this is true. And that is, sales drives marketing. Marketing never drives sales. It's impossible. Marketing don't make any money. All right. Without sales, there's always more money going out. So sales understands the problem that you're solving and understands how you're going to solve that problem. And then marketing can go take that and find the folks who have that problem. Okay. But if not, the sales still has to go out and find those problems and have those conversations. We need to go together, sales and marketing. So I'm not saying we're two opposites. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that as a sales organization, we've got to understand the problems. We're talking to the clients. We're having the conversations, and we must understand what they want so we can make those adjustments. Okay. Number four, sales pillar, is sales indicators. We spend some time every morning on the CEO Sales Huddle. I think it's the second or third most important thing we do, which is going over the CEO Sales Dashboard. If you don't have it, just go to ceosaleshuddle.com, ceosaleshuddle.com. Go ahead, follow the instructions, download the CEO Sales Dashboard. Okay, we're going to go over that in a minute. We're at the 6-minute mark. And number 5 is sales team. Okay, I gotta move fast. Okay. Welcome everybody to the CEO Sales Huddle. For those folks that tune in every single morning, we really appreciate you. Do me a favor, look right below the video. We do this every morning, and it's so important. I love connecting with you because you can see me, but I can't see you. So do me a favor, look right below the video, and put hashtag I'm here. If you're live and you're watching right now, hashtag I'm here. If you're watching the replay, congratulations. You're here. You're in the conversation. It's so cool to have you here. Put a hashtag replay, by the way. That's my way as a CEO connecting with you. You see me now, and I get to comment, and I read every comment. Now, I know some of you are on the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Some of you are on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, wherever you're on the on-demand streaming platforms. You can't put those words hashtag. So just go over to @IamCheBrown. That's our Instagram handle, @IamCheBrown. Drop me a DM. Let me know we can do better. Let me know what you would like to hear. Let me know what's most important to you. And that's how we are able to adjust the CEO Sales Huddle, because the CEO Sales Huddle, well, let me tell you what it is, just so you know. CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather. This is the mission. If this is your first time ever here, CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to sell more faster. That's our number one goal. How do we sell more faster? We only have 3 reasons we get together. 3 big whys. Number 1 is sales growth. As a CEO, you recognize and I recognize that growing the business, attracting new clients is your number one goal as a CEO. That your number one goal. Your number one goal, new business. Okay. Now you might have to go get revenue from existing business, but it's how do you get new business? Number 2 is about accountability. You probably heard we'll often do more for others than we do for ourselves. So now you're in a circle, you're in a community, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And then 3rd, consistency. We're at the 8-minute and 57-second mark. You've heard consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with? Consistency. So we ask for 15 minutes a day. 1% of your day. Now, we're going to get into the CEO Sales Dashboard now, but 1% of your day. No, seriously, there are 1,440 minutes in every day. Never 1,441. I mean, if it's anything less than 1,440, well, you've got your heavenly wings. I'll say it like that. So we asked 15 minutes to get refocused on the one area that generates revenue that you are absolutely responsible for. So let's, at the 9-minute and 30-second mark, let me move on and let's go into one of my favorite things to do. They're all my favorite, or we wouldn't do any of them, by the way. It's the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, the CEO Sales Dashboard is the number one. I didn't say number two. I didn't say number three. I didn't say number four. The number one sales tool the CEOs use to drive their business to $100,000 per month of consistent, predictable, reliable income, which is our number one outcome. So we focus on 5 areas: leads, appointments, offers, deals, repeat business. Now, if you haven't yet downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, go over to CEOSalesHuddle.com. Do it now. Do it when now. Do it when now. What time is it? It's now o'clock time. It really is. And for those that do it every single morning, congratulations. Go open it up. Like right now, go open up the CEO Sales Dashboard. And when you open it up, I love doing this, by the way, because it allows us to focus. We know what gets measured, gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Would you agree with that? So let's go over and let's at least measure what's going on. Now, for those folks that already have this open, congratulations. You might have already filled it in from last week or yesterday. For those folks that haven't, you know what to do. Go over to CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, down the bottom, there are the indicators. You can add as many indicators you want, but these are the 5 that I know every CEO needs to know. And then going across the top, 1 through 31. Now, as a CEO, when you show up, this is the number one thing you should be looking at every morning. When you tune in with me for 15 minutes a day, pull this up. Now, maybe it's filled out yesterday. Yay! Maybe your assistant did it. I don't know what else they have to do. Your business operations did it. I don't know what's more important for them to do this. Maybe someone on your team does it. I don't know what's more important every single morning than having the CEO Sales Dashboard filled out. I really don't. But maybe you do it while you're here. That's cool. There's no shade, as they say, I guess. There's no beating you up. This is not that type of session. But let's look at leads. So every morning I go deep about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes in one area. And we're going to look at the one area today, which is the area of leads. And you'll see there are multiple categories under leads. Now, why are there multiple categories underneath leads? Because I understand a couple of things that I think are important. Number one, inside of leads, you want to first track how many new leads came into the CRM. Now, you look at yesterday, and maybe yesterday there was 100 leads. Maybe yesterday there was 1 lead. Maybe yesterday there was 0. That's okay. But look at the trend going back. I'm not going to mention their name. They sent me a chart, and it's a pretty cool chart. They've been plotting their leads in a graph. So they put the number in, but on the next sheet, they have a graph for each of these areas so they can get a visual. And I mean, we're not going to do that, by the way, but isn't that really a cool idea? So you can see the trend that's going on that are new. Then you can look at which ones are engaged. Engaged means they've taken some type of action over the last 30 days. So if you're watching now and let's say I said text the word CEO in, which I'm not, and you text the word CEO in, all of a sudden those are engaged leads. Maybe you spoke on a stage and during your presentation, you asked, was anyone interested in learning how to run ads in their business, and people raise their hands. Those could be engaged leads. So it's anyone that has taken some type of action with your company in the last 30 days. Now, sometimes people ask, Shay, do you count it when someone hits a like on your Facebook page or on your LinkedIn? Or the answer is no. You could create a new area called social media, but I like the lead to be a first name, last name, phone number, and email. That's a lead. A lead doesn't mean they're going to buy something, but we would all agree that if they go into your database, it's possible they could do one or two things. They could be someone who could do business with you in the future, or they could be a source of referrals. And we have referrals down here as one of them. We have qualified down here as one of them. Some of you might put your own categories down. If you're out there right now like, hey, Shay, I like this idea. I'm committed to the CEO dashboard. I'm downloading it now. I'm over at CEOSalesHuddle.com. Again, CEOSalesHuddle.com. I'm downloading it. I'm opening it up. It's the number one tool. Do me a favor. Just put hashtag CEO Sales Dashboard. Look right below the video. And if you can't, you can send me a DM over at I am Jay Brown and just put hashtag CEO Sales Dashboard. That's just the bat signal to me and whoever's watching that you're committed to doing that. And I know all of you are not going to do it, but I'm going to recommend you do that right now. And we're going to be there together. And we're going to find a safe space that's coming up very shortly. I can't wait. I think I'm announcing that later this week, where you can be in a safe space and you and I can have this interaction and dialogue going back and forth. Okay. Now we're at the 14-minute and 30-second mark. Shay Brown has gone over time. Okay, almost over time. So now we're going to do the 2 segments that we do every single morning. And one of them is called Celebrate Wins. And the reason I like to celebrate wins, because sometimes as CEOs, we may beat ourselves up, right? And we try to do our best. We know we can do more. I'm guilty of doing that. So I like to step back at least once a day. I'm not going to call it an attitude of gratitude. That's not what we're going to call this. But we will call it Celebrate Wins. And we'll take a look and we'll ask 3 questions. Then you might say, Shay, why in the LL Cool J are we asking 3 questions? The reason we're going to ask 3 questions is because powerful people ask powerful questions, because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get whatever you decide to focus on. And so right now we're going to focus on 3 things. Number 1, what are you most proud of? You're checked in. You're here. If you can acknowledge it right now, what are you most proud of from a sales operation? From just yesterday, from your sales systems, maybe from your sales strategy, from your sales funnel. What are you most proud of? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday? Now, if it was nothing, nothing happened. It's okay. But if something did happen, let's celebrate that. And number 3, what do you want to just brag about? You look back over the last couple of weeks and you say, Shay, I want to raise my hand right now. Bring me on live. I want to brag about this. It's not about the money. Maybe it's about the effort. Maybe it's about the strategy. Maybe it's about the foundation. Maybe there's finally a roadmap to help you exceed whatever your sales revenue target is. What are you most proud of? And then we look on the other side. We swing all the way to the other side because we understand that life, as they say, is not full of rainbows, cupcakes, and unicorns falling out the sky, okay? So we like to go and we like to overcome any hurdles because we know, look, things happen. Got it, Shay. I'm checking in with you, Shay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Love what you're doing over here. Got it. So let's take a moment. Powerful people ask powerful questions. We're going to go to the other side. We talked about in the beginning, dressing roadblocks. That's what CEOs have to do. Kutol doesn't do that for Play-Doh. Play-Doh does not freaking exist. There's just some cleaner to take off coal after wallpapers come off, okay? Really, seriously. That's the seriousness of it. So what was your biggest roadblock? We know what Play-Doh's was. The business landscape had just shifted, and it had to shift. What's preventing you today from taking action? His sister-in-law was just a nursery school teacher looking for a solution. And hence Play-Doh is born. And then what is the one thing that you could do today that if you did it, it would move your business forward? Go ahead and jot that down right now in your notes. The one thing you could do. That if you did it, it would move your business forward. With that being said, I want you to know at the 17-minute and 24-second mark that you're amazing. You're incredible. You showed up. If you haven't already, look right below the video and put a hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. You're in the building. You showed up. Thanks a lot. If you're watching the replay, put a hashtag replay. You're amazing already as a CEO. You're already incredible as a CEO, but CEOs understand, all successful CEOs, I would say, have one common belief. This is my message of the day. They all have one common belief. And do you know what that belief is? The belief they can always get a little bit better. So successful CEOs always believe they can get a little bit better. When you show up on the CEO Sales Huddle, every time you check in with the CEO Sales Dashboard, every time you focus on sales, you as a CEO get a little bit better at attracting clients. You as a CEO get a little bit better at your sales strategies, your sales leadership, your sales systems. As you look at what other companies are doing in their business model, we do a business case study every morning. You as a CEO get a little bit better. You know what? Over time, you become the master superstar you are. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for allowing me to hang out with you. I appreciate it. Thanks for bringing me into your living room or into your computer or into your AirPods or into your headset right now as you're watching. I'm looking forward to connecting with you on the other side, the next CEO Sales Huddle. My name is still, and hasn't changed, Shay Brown. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. I'll see you, well, on the other side. Peace.